Yeah, I've been asking to make this saltfish rundown in my kitchen forever, and today I'm going to get it out of the way. It's about 9 o'clock in the night. I just getting in from work, and yeah, I feel fit, so I'm gonna make it. Come on, let's go.
You don't remember where you're coming from. You don't remember where you're coming from. You don't remember where you're coming from. Rastafari, why you turn your back on your brother when him need you? You don't remember the days when him feed you. You know when no obligation but to owe him some respect. All you need to do is just give him wine to get turn your back on your brother when him need you.
Now, make we jump right into the ingredients and everything we are going to need to make a mean saltfish rundown in your Jamaican kitchen, right? Now, let's talk a little bit about the saltfish right there. So, now that is Jamaican saltfish. Now, based on where you may be living, you might not get access to Jamaican saltfish. So, go ahead and buy whatever kind of saltfish substitute you can find. Now, there's two ways to get the saltfish prepared, right? See? It's right there. It's pretty salty. Now, people ask me all the time, why bother buy saltfish and boil it out or soak it out if you're going to cook it for a recipe? Now, the saltfish has its own authentic taste to it. When you buy it salty like this, and then you go ahead and either soak it or boil it, and you cook your recipe, whatever you're planning on cooking, it has a little authentic taste to it. Now, it's unexplainable, but the thing turn up loud when you buy saltfish like this. Now, if you go buy saltfish when I have no flavor in it, you can't make a can saltfish and them something that will taste nasty. Now, make sure when you're cooking my recipes, you go ahead and grab yourself some saltfish. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and boil mine. Now, you could go ahead and you could soak it overnight and get that saltfish. Just get that little salt out. You're still going to have some salt flavor to it, but you don't want it to be too salty as this. So I'm going to boil mine twice. Put it in a pot with hot water and make it boil for about 15 minutes each time. Throw that water out 15 to 20 minutes each time. But I'm still going to have that little saltfish flavor, but it's not going to be overpowering into my food. That's how it is. Now let's get into the veggie we're going to use for the recipe. Bell peppers, of course. So I'm going to use green, orange, and red. You can use any kind of color, yellow, whatever you want to use. Suits you, use that. But make sure you have bell pepper for the recipe. Add scotch bonnet pepper right there. So when I scotch bonnet or whatever, I don't like pepper, so I just pepper that. And of course, I'm going to use onions, lots of onions. I love onions in this recipe. Oh my God, if you don't have tons of onions in the recipe, it now come out right. 1 stalk of scallion, that's all I need. Now, as far as your flavoring go, I'm going to use thyme into it. If you have fresh thyme, dry thyme, use it. Powder thyme, it no matter. Thyme or thyme. I'm going to add some garlic, black pepper, and all-purpose season. Get some kind of season because you need thing for a flavor. Now, the main thing for your recipe, your saltfish rundown recipe, is your coconut. I'm using a fresh coconut for this recipe. I only use fresh coconut for the recipe because it's going to give me my authentic island flavor what I so need in my Jamaican kitchen. Now, if you can't find you a coconut, fresh coconut like me, go ahead and grab you a can of coconut. But it might have a little slight taste to it. If you can, get some fresh coconut now. Now, let's get started. Now, as you can see, I have my pot on the fire, and you want to make sure so when you put your saltfish in that thing there, it's nice and boiling just like that, because you want when you chop the saltfish in there, the saltfish start cooking immediately. So I'm putting my saltfish in here, and I'm going to let that boil for about 15 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to chew off the water there. Pull it back again another 15 minutes, and then the saltfish is going to finish. Come in, I want all of my salt to boil, come I want to have a nice flavor to my thing. So that's all I want that to be done. Now guys, I'm moving on to my next step. While my saltfish is boiling and getting ready for my pot, I'm going to show you how me broke up my coconut. Now, if I was home back in Jamaica, all I do is take my coconut, That one big rock, I lick it like 2 times and the coconut bust open. And there I have my coconut juice. But this is America. Now, to be on the safe side, you're going to need to have this into something to break the coconut. I usually go for a towel. Sometimes we go without the towel, but I'm going to show you guys how to do it so it's not hurting yourself. So you get your towel, your kitchen towel, and you're going to need a hammer, right? You're going to need a hammer, of course. Now you could blend this or you could grate it, your choice. Now guys, we're moving on to our next step, right? In that pot, I'm going to add about 4 to 5 cups of coconut milk. You're not going to add anything, not add no salt and no black pepper, not add nothing to it. Just leave it alone and let it boil. Put it on almost high heat because we want it to boil on real fast. So, okay guys, so this is what it looks like halfway through. Let me bring you in a little closer so you can see. Now when it's halfway through, you see the milk, that coconut milk starts to curdle, right? So that's when you know you're on the right step. The coconut is going to separate itself from the coconut oil, and that is what we're looking for. Coconut oil with curdled coconut milk. When you're making rundown, you're not supposed to be adding any kind of oil to it because that coconut is going to give you the natural oil that you need to make this recipe. So it's almost done, and we will come back when this thing is already set and ready for the other ingredients. Alright guys, we're moving on to that last step before you add anything in here. I'm going to show you when you know that your coconut is ready. You see how that is looking in the pot? This is when you know it's ready. When it's curdled like that, you don't add anything into that pot until it starts to curdle. It has to have that right there in order for you to put anything into that pot. That's when you know for sure that that oil is in that pot, that natural oil from the coconut oil, that is what you need. That right there is perfect. Perfect rundown right there, so. Now, a lot of people can't tolerate rundown because of the milk base. It gives them bad belly like me. So, in order to eliminate that problem, you add some ginger to it. You can either add grated ginger or you can add powdered ginger. It doesn't matter. And then you add some garlic to it. And you combine the garlic and the ginger to your mixture. Now you're going to add your onions to it. And your bell peppers, and whatever color you like, that's what you use. You're going to add some scallion and some thyme, dry thyme, powdered thyme, fresh thyme, whatever kind of thyme, use that. And I'm going to add some hot pepper, red pepper, never use it anyway. And you want to combine these together. I'm going to add some vinegar to it. Now I'm going to add my saltfish to it. And you want to make sure so you take all your bones out of that saltfish. You're going to add your black pepper to it. And you're going to add some seasoning. Now, all-purpose seasoning is fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and cover this up for about 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, this is going to be done. And I'm going to eat this with some, you can have this with anything, roast breadfruit, banana dumpling, and yam and all them thing there. You can eat it with fried dumpling, but I'm going to have this with festival tonight. So. There you have it guys, another great recipe, fast, easy and simple. Your recipe, the link for the fried dumpling will be down below. And don't forget, subscribe, share. Let me know what you want to see me cooking in my kitchen next. And as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen. Enjoy! I'm gonna let this cook for a good 30 minutes on medium heat. Cover it up nice and make it simmer. And when it's done simmer, it's time for we eat. So see you back in a few minutes.
So this is in with your foundation, full coverage, you know, like bam. And last but not least, the last thing I tend to go for in my makeup collection is this palette right here. Let me show you what this baby looks like. It has a whole bunch of concealers. I believe it's $10 for this palette.